Hello everyone, I'm your friend Parul and welcome to my channel Econ Inflect where you'll be knowing about everyday economics. As we all know that this year CBSE has changed its examination pattern from an annual system to a two-term system, and term 1 will be in the month of November probably, for which the CBSE will be giving its date sheet on 18th of October. So the wait will be over soon. But before we, actually get the date sheet, one has to start preparing. And for that, आई डिसाइडेड कि क्यों ना हम एक बार करिकुलम को गो थ्रू कर लें और देख लें कि हमें अपने सब्जेक्ट से रिलेटेड जितना भी करिकुलम में मेंशन है टॉपिक्स, हैव वी एक्चुअली गॉन थ्रू ऑल दोज टॉपिक्स या फिर कुछ मिस आउट तो नहीं हो गया है. सो as per CBSE curriculum for the session 21-22 for economics, we have 40 marks paper. It is an MCQ based paper, मतलब आपको 4 options दिए जाएंगे and you have to bubble or encircle the correct option. आपको OMR sheet दी जाएगी और उसमें आपको bubble करना होगा, fill करना होगा correct option को. कोई negative marking नहीं है, but yes, you will have a paper for 1.5 hours, which is 90 minutes. Along with that, you will also get 20 minutes extra reading time. Then apart from these 40 marks paper, we'll also have a 10 marks project, जो कि बहुत सारे बच्चों को ये डाउट है कि 2 प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाने हैं अलग अलग टर्म्स में या एक ही रखना है. द करेक्ट आंसर टू दिस इज दैट यू हैव to make only one project for both the terms, and the same project will be marked for 2 terms, 10 marks in term 1 and the remaining 10 in term 2 as per the rubrics that CBSE has already mentioned. I'll also discuss that in this video. So let's begin. So basically term 1, we in economics we have part A, introductory macroeconomics, wherein money and banking 6 marks, government budget and the economy 6 marks, and BOP 6 marks. Many students face this problem that foreign exchange is not separately mentioned, but that is implicit when we talk of balance of payment unit, वो उसी का ही part होता है. So this collectively is for 6 marks. Then we have part B, Indian economic development, out of which first unit, which is development experience from 1947 till 90 and in economic reform since 1991, is for 12 marks. Now as per NCERT, this particular unit is divided into 3 chapters. I'm talking about NCERT. तो NCERT के अकॉर्डिंग ये 3 चैप्टर्स हैं जो कि कलेक्टिवली 12 मार्क्स के हैं और इंडिविजुअल मार्किंग मेंशन नहीं की हुई है CBSE ने. Similarly, we have current challenges facing Indian economy, next unit, which has 3 chapters: poverty, human capital formation and rural development. Again, these 3 are for 10 marks collectively, but no separate marking has been given. So you have to prepare the whole chapters and you can't leave any topic. You never know कि किस में से कौन सा टॉपिक आ जाए, कौन सा क्वेश्चन आ जाए बेसिकली. ऑल्सो when we talk specifically of Indian economic development, तो हमने देखा है कि सैम्पल पेपर में बहुत सारे assertion और reasoning based questions आए हुए हैं. तो I'll also make videos where we will be discussing a lot of questions, तो उसमें हम लोग discuss करेंगे. तो one suggestion I want to make here is go through NCERT books thoroughly. Don't leave any topic. Then next, project work is for 10 marks. So the basic purpose of making this video is to make you aware कि आपने जो भी तैयारी की है अभी तक की, उसमें से जो CBSE ने करिकुलम में अपने टॉपिक्स मेंशन किए हैं, कुछ मिस आउट तो नहीं हो गया. So let's just go through the curriculum once. For part A, in introductory macroeconomics, we have unit number 2 first. Now see, unit number 1 and unit number 3, which are not to be examined in term 1, they will be examined as a subjective paper in term 2, but उसका curriculum मैं आपसे बाद में share करूँगी. I'm only referring to term 1. Money and banking, I just go through it कि आपने सारे topics कर लिए हों. Money, meaning and supply of money, currency held by the public and net demand deposits held by the commercial banks, money creation by the commercial banking system, central bank and its functions, बैंक ऑफ इशू, गवर्नमेंट बैंक, बैंकर्स बैंक एंड कंट्रोल ऑफ क्रेडिट. इसमें 2 डाउट्स बच्चों को जनरली होते हैं. 1, दैट Do we have to do the functions of commercial banks? Although it is not separately mentioned, but it is inevitable. जब आप मनी क्रिएशन की बात कर रहे हो कमर्शियल बैंकिंग सिस्टम की, तो उसके फंक्शंस को जाने बगैर कैसे करोगे? एंड सेकेंडली, कंट्रोल ऑफ क्रेडिट इज एक्सप्लिसिटली मैंशनड है, तो आपके उसके सारे इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स को भी गो थ्रू करना इट बिकम्स इम्पॉर्टेंट कि भैया जब पढ़ोगे ही नहीं कि कंट्रोल ऑफ क्रेडिट के इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स क्या हैं, तो फंक्शन कैसे समझ में आएगा? Then we have unit number 4, government budget and the economy, where which includes meaning, objectives and components, classification of receipts and expenditure into revenue receipts expenditure and capital receipts and capital expenditure. Also we have measures of government deficit, which is revenue, fiscal and primary deficit, though their meaning is mentioned, but when you are studying an important topic like deficit, तो आप अगर उसकी implications नहीं पढ़ोगे तो वो अधूरा सा लगता है, ऐसे लगता है कि अभी हमें कुछ समझ ही नहीं आया, even though it is not explicitly mentioned कि उसके implications भी करने हैं, but for understanding you should do. Then we have BOP, which includes balance of payment account, meaning components, which has capital account and current account. Then next is foreign exchange rate, meaning of फिक्स्ड एंड फ्लेक्सिबल रेट्स एंड मैनेज फ्लोटिंग। मैनेज फ्लोटिंग से काफ़ी अच्छे क्वेश्चंस बनते हैं, तो बहुत ध्यान से पढ़ना उस टॉपिक को। देन वी हैव पार्ट बी, इंडियन इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट, विच इंक्लूड्स फर्स्ट 3 chapters of NCERT in unit number 6, a brief introduction to the state of Indian economy on the eve of independence, then Indian economic system and common goals of 5-year plans, main features, problems and policies of agriculture and foreign trade, which includes institutional aspects and new agricultural strategy, IPR 1956, small scale industry, its role and importance. Also the importance of public sector, because before 91 major role was being played by public sector only. Then we have economic reforms since 1991, which includes LPG, its features, appraisals, and the concept of demonetization and GST. Some students tend to forget कि अच्छा ये टॉपिक भी था, तो make sure आप ये टॉपिक भी ध्यान से पढ़ेंगे, demonetization and GST. Then we have unit number 7, current challenges facing Indian economy, which includes poverty, absolute and relative, main programs for poverty alleviation, a critical assessment, human capital formation, how people become resource, role of human capital in economic development, and lastly rural development, key issues, credit and marketing, role of cooperatives, agricultural diversification. Now this is the whole project work, its rubrics mentioned कि कैसे मार्क किया जाएगा। 5 marks will be for introduction, statement of purpose, need, objectives of the study, research, hypothesis, question, review of literature, presentation of evidence, keywords, methodology, questionnaire, data collection, and the other 5 will be for significance and relevance of the topic, challenges encountered while conducting the research. So this is how your marks are allotted for your project work. Okay. Then comes the books that CBSE has prescribed. Basically, they are only prescribing NCERT books for both Part A and Part B. And also, mind you, if you are going for your term 1 without going through your NCERT book, तो उससे बड़ा मूर्खता का काम कोई नहीं है. So make sure you go through each and every word of your NCERT. But along with that, I am also mentioning some suggested books. These are just my personal suggestions, but जो भी आप बुक लें या जो भी बुक आप पढ़ रहे हो, make sure you follow or you stick only to one book. Don't keep on switching between books. उससे one, you will lose the flow of the concept. Secondly, you will lose interest. ना इधर से समझ में आएगा ना उधर से, and it will be a mix. एक खिचड़ी टाइप बन जाएगा, कुछ भी क्लियर नहीं होगा. So make sure you follow only one book whichever you go through. Another thing is your mode of presentation for the project will only be a project file, no PPT or nothing. कोई ऐसा अलग से कोई फॉर्मेट नहीं है. एक प्रोजेक्ट फाइल बनाना है and it should be handwritten, it should be original, कुछ भी copied नहीं होना चाहिए and then it will be examined. Lastly, these are some suggestive topics which are given by CBSE only, but that doesn't mean कि आप कोई और choose नहीं कर सकते. You can take up a topic of your interest related to the subject, but again lastly जो भी सबसे ज़रूरी है वो आपका टीचर का अप्रूवल होना चाहिए. Once she approves for your project, only then go further with that particular project topic. Last, there are some points to remember, which are that there should be a thorough reading of your NCERT books. Question yourself after, मतलब this point is very important. Question yourself after reading each topic. अगर आप ये question नहीं करोगे, then you will not be able to logically choose one option out of the 4. फिर वो एक तरीके से तुक्का लगाने वाली बात हो जाएगी. Work as per the curriculum. Do not leave any topic. Always make your own notes while studying, and always stick to one book. Later on, once you are through with the book, उसके बाद आप extra material refer कर सकते हो, but एक book को अपना consider करके चलिए, base consider, important consider करके चलिए. I hope you have gone through the curriculum once again, तो आपको clear हो गया होगा कि कौन से topics आपके हो गए हैं या कौन से टॉपिक अभी रह गए हैं. एंड ऑल्सो in my coming videos I'll be sharing with you various MCQ questions for practice before you go for your final exams. And also do let me know if you have any doubt in the comment section कि आपको कुछ भी पूछना हो तो I can make a separate video on that also. But that's all for today. My purpose was to make you clear aware कि curriculum है, उसको follow करना है, and I hope you have gone through it before you actually go for your final exam. If you liked my video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see more updated information regarding your board exams. Thank you so much everyone for watching the video. Bye.